And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. And the Wizards head back to Washington after today's contest. Count that one. And on these rosters, Doris, some interesting young and upcoming talent. Scary to think, isn't it, how good they might actually be?
Young talent means, Kevin, they have to grow. And the way you grow is playing big-time games against other talented players. So what a great opportunity on both sides against quality competition to see exactly where you're at.
And so Fox will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. George, no good. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Jamal Mosley. Now, I asked him the approach they're going to take with De'Aaron Fox, and Coach said that Fox's speed is the big challenge. He said, we're dealing with maybe the fastest player in the league, so we've got to be high energy at the defensive end. They know they have their work cut out for them. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And so here's Orlando, following the missed shot by De'Aaron Fox. Pass to Isaac. And he banks in the layup.
And this is an area that Jonathan Isaac continues to work on. Key is being aggressive and finish.
Now, here's Fox. He's covered by Suggs. And that's a foul called on Franz Wagner. That is his first foul of the game. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Left side, George. Suggs with the steal.
This is what superb defense is all about, guys. He read that all the way.
Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And what a strong finish from Banchero. His guys love when he throws it down.
Pass to Turner. And Turner throws it down.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
You've seen, Doris, Paul George's journey from role player to MVP candidate.
There's a reason, Kevin, Paul George is one of the most emulated players in the league with young people. His game is so well-rounded, and maybe his best attribute is his adaptability. Paul George is equally comfortable either being the lead man, or if need be, he can play with 2 or 3 other stars and still be effective. Really incredible.
Here's Turner. Paolo Banchero making his last shot. And it's sent back by Isaac.
You can see the long wingspan of Jonathan Isaac coming into play twice on the pipes.
Pass to Black. And it's off from three-point range. And so Fox will bring it up for the Wizards. 4-point game. Now one near Suggs as he lets it go. No good on the three. Fox with it. Picked up by Suggs. Outside, George. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Magic shooting their first free throw of the evening. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Now Fox. Following Franz Wagner's three-point attempt. Basket good.
And that's where De'Aaron Fox thrives. He wants to get inside and finish at the rim.
1:16 left in the first. Pass to Black. Shoots it. No good there. Ball stolen. Wagner outside. Here's Banchero. Back to Wagner. Shot clock at 6. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Now here's Caruso. Still yet to score. A pass to Fox. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Misses from short range.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. They get it back. And it's Turner finishing it off.
You love the determination, right? Miles Turner effectively getting to the window and getting another opportunity.
Here's George. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And a few of those led to quick scores at the other end. Really active first quarter for them.
Orlando leading by 3. The drive by Smith. Pass to Yabusele. Here's Looney. It's hauled in by Beverly. On offense, here are the Wizards. We know, Doris, at one point, the Wizards had one of the most unique games in NBA history.
Think back to 1987, 1988, the year you're talking about, when the 5'3" Muggsy Bogues was a teammate of Manute Bol, who stood 7'7" tall. At the time, they were the tallest and shortest players in NBA history, with 28 inches between them. Incredible.
Here's Beverly, following the three-pointer by Orlando. Pass to Thor. On the wing, George. No scoring in this one. And it's Nevitt missing. Anthony looking it over. Now Hield. Shoots. That doesn't fall. Can't drop his first shot. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Picked his pocket. Pass to Yabusele. Over to the left wing. For 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Magic.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
And here's Looney. Orlando moving the ball around. Pass to Yabusele. Screen by Smith. From 8. No good from Yabusele. Wizards trailed by 7. Here's Beverly. Finished off the break. Beverly's got his first points of the night. Well, Doris, both you and I had the honor of being in that 2020 bubble in Florida. Any memories from Orlando?
I think, Kev, just how unique the setting was, and I have to give some props to the players. No fans, no normalcy, away from their families for extended periods, and yet they were able to lock in and give us some incredible moments.
Nevitt gets the bucket. Now it's just a 3-point Orlando lead.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And Orlando has possession. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Here's Anthony. The Magic again can't hit.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. And now you're starting to see them just turn up the tempo a little bit.
And it's the Magic with the ball, following the bucket by the Wizards. Hield can't hit. And George, here we go. And that one's good, George. George has got the lead up to 1 now for the Wizards.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Anthony. Good on the baseline, Jay.
Just keeping things simple on the offensive end. Cole Anthony more than happy to shoot in these kinds of situations.
Outside, George. Over Hield. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Smith outside. Beyond the arc. Intercepted. Taken away by Anthony. Out to Smith. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Takes it inside. Score the basket. Good shot after missing his first attempt. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the half. It's George on the wing. Goes up on the high post. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. George has got 4 points now in the quarter. The 3 from Anthony. Can't hit that one. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Wizards out front as they end the second quarter on a 12-4 run. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
Well, no doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Now, here's Isaac. 6 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Isaac's got his team on the board first here in the second half for Orlando. Fox feeling it out a bit. Outside, George. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
They are just killing him on the interior.
The specter of injury seems to always loom over Paul George's career, Doris.
Well, Kevin, I think it's very hard for Paul George fans to take out of their mind completely that gruesome injury he suffered. But we've got to give this young man a ton of credit. He has managed his play and his health to a very high level and still one of the most gifted players this game has seen. I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, Paul George, let him hear you with that finish. That is nicely done.
And Carroll, that's good.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Outside, George. Good, and it's Dumars picking up the assist. George has got the lead back up to 3 now for the Wizards. Here's Suggs. And it's sent back by George.
What a defensive play from Paul George. Send it back, big fella.
Here's Suggs. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention?
And they pick up 2. And the Wizards lead by 3.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Here's Black. He has yet to score. Sinks the three-pointer. Wagner's got it all tied up now for the Magic.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode. He says people don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. You can't get that break. You can't take any plays off. His speed, Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all game long.
A ton, David, to deal with, no question. DA thanks. And here is Fox. After Jalen Suggs made that last three-pointer. Over in the corner, Turner. Right wing. And here is Caruso. The shot by Turner, no good.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And so Fox will bring it up for Washington. They trail by 3. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Isaac. And Isaac throws it down.
Well, there's tremendous length with Jonathan Isaac. How about the ability to finish with authority? Go ahead, young sir.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Misses the jumper. To the inside. It's tipped. Isaac with the steal. "19 seconds left in the third. Suggs with the ball. He's got 8. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Banchero missing. Trying to end the drought. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Magic lead by 5. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with this.
The Wizards, 32.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Orlando leading by 5. Here's Anthony driving inside.
How about the reach of Miles Turner? He covers so much ground to come up with these blocks.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
Healed left side. From downtown, the rebound by Turner.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Outside, Fox. Back to George. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
There are nights where it's impossible to stop Paul George. He is such a strong guy who knows how to convert through these plays.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Here's Suggs.
I tell you, watch out when Jalen Suggs gets downhill. The athleticism is on display.
And it's Brian Keith calling timeout here. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. I was able to catch what Brian Keefe told his team during that break. With the game in the balance, Coach was calm in the huddle. His main message, execution. He told his team to make sure to remember what they talked about during shoot-around. We've got a great ending in store, guys.
Thank you, David. Inside, and Suggs throws it down.
And Jalen Suggs has found his rhythm, and now he's keeping his foot on the gas pedal. He is leaving no doubt that the defense could have a tough night.
To the wing right side. Pass to Turner. Outside, Fox. And again, Washington, no good. Magic leading by 4. And Suggs throws it down.
Well, Suggs has handles, folks. He can outsmart defenders with that dribble.
Outside, Fox. Outside, George. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And that's 17 points for George. Here's Black. Into the lane. The rebound by Turner. Right side, Fox. Here's Caruso. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Isaac touched it last. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Knocked loose. Isaac with the steal. Here's Suggs. Drains it from beyond the arc. Suggs has got the lead up to 7 now for the Magic. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Magic.
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
The other thing that jumps out about their performance tonight, the amount of steals really pressuring those ball handlers.
Outside, Fox. Turner with the screen. And here's George for 3. Rebound by the Magic. Here's Black. Banked in off the glass. And now it's a 12-point Magic lead.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Kicks it out to Wagner. And good that time. And the Magic lead by 14.
What a great score. Franz Wagner gets it off quickly. So little time to react.
The Wizards with another miss. Suggs with the ball. Picked up by Turner. Isaac outside. Suggs looking around. Isaac a screen. 6 to shoot. And Wagner has it in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And Washington has possession. It's a 14-point game.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Magic.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, they really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jalen Suggs.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Now Suggs. So it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.